Hello, this is my second video with the fantastic Ferris wheel die set from Tonic. So in my first video you'll be able to see how I made this beautiful Ferris wheel here, and also I've got a blog post where you can see all the step-by-step photographs to how I made this Ferris wheel over here, and also you'll be able to see how I made this beautiful little gift box here. It's just a tiny little thing, and it's actually one of these little carriages just adapted with a little bit of ribbon on it to make a tiny little gift box. But in today's video I thought I would like to use the dies that I've used for this to make another little gift box, because I thought that would make a really lovely shape. So here it is, and you can see there I've actually used a little magnetic closure on the top of it here, but you don't even need to do that, and it's so simple, it's so easy. And I hope you want to check out the video for this one, the blog post for this one, and just sit back now and enjoy this one. I thought I'd really like to make a little box with this, and I've used the outside die that makes the Ferris wheel stand, and I've cut that out twice to make the actual outside of the box, and then I'm going to decorate it with some of the other dies. So it's really quite simple. I've cut these two, but I want to decorate them before I add them all together. And then I have taken this one and I've cut it out in some fuchsia pink card. I'm going to layer that on there. But I've also taken the same die with the detail die, and you can see I've actually got a little piece of paper in there at the moment, but that was for some paper piecing I was doing. I've used both of those dies together. That has given me this beautiful shape here, and I'm going to put that on there, glue this one to this one, and then glue the panel onto there. And I'm going to do exactly the same on here. But as you can see, I've done a little piece of paper piecing on that one. So all I did was I wanted to use some of this pink striped paper from the So Crafty paper collection, and I've put some of the paper in behind the little heart here, and then another one in here, and I've given myself these two shapes, and I've just glued them in there, and I'm going to use that same patterned paper on the sides of this little box as well. So I'll go ahead, glue all this together, and be right back. I've also used this die to cut the little base, so I'm going to glue these pieces onto the base here first of all, and I'm just going to do it like that. Now I may actually need another piece to cover the bottom of that later, but at the moment I'm just going to glue these on. Now I need to make some sides for this, so I have measured this, and when you fold these two pieces up like this, obviously you're going to need another piece to go along here, and that measures 8 centimeters. So I've cut a piece of card which measures 10 centimeters across this way, and it measures 16 this way, because I want the little part to fold over just below. I want the little part to fold over just below this area here with the hole in it. So I have scored 1 centimeter in at each side here and 1 centimeter up at the bottom, and then taken out the little corner piece and also a little extra piece on the side there. So you can see I've actually removed the corner and the extra so that this will fold up and little chamfered edges on it. And I'm going to go ahead then and glue that in right there. This piece is actually going to get glued on here, so it's easier now for me if I just turn that over and I want to decorate this panel. So that's why I used the little paper pieced heart and this little area here, because I wanted it to match in with the panel that I have here. And I have cut the fuchsia pink card to match the background there, and I've cut that to 7.5 centimeters by 14.5, and then I've cut the patterned paper to 7 by 14, and that will go in just there. Now I can go ahead and add glue on here and here and glue that little panel onto the side there, because that one doesn't need to move, it doesn't need to open. Now I need a little panel that's going to go in this side and will fold right up here, but I also need it to fold across the top here and make a little closure. So I've cut a piece again which is 10 centimeters wide, and I've scored that at 1 centimetre in the whole way down, but it's 20.5 centimetres long this time. So we've got 10 by 20.5, and then if I just turn it around this way it's easier. I've scored it at 1 centimetre, 16 centimetres and 19, and then as you can see I've done exactly the same here. I've removed the little tabs and a little chamfer off the edges and just done that, and up at the top here I've done exactly the same, and then in where this fold is here, you can see I've taken a little nick out of here and here, and then this gives me all the little pieces that I need to fold over and go on here. But I've also made a little panel exactly the same size as this one to put on this side as well. So I can go ahead and glue that on first, and then I'll just glue the bottom tab onto the bottom of the box. I've now got a little piece which is 7 by 2 and 7.5 by 2.5 on the plain pink, and I'm going to glue that on there just to match, and so that the top of it all blends in with the rest of the little box. This is actually really easy to put together now. I only need to add some glue in here, and then I can add this panel on in the same way that I added the others. Glue it onto the bottom there, and those pieces just fit right in at the side, and this tucks in, folds over, and there you have a lovely little box. To close that up then, I have put a little magnet on here, and you can see I've actually just glued it on there, and then I've put another one on the other side, and that's just sitting there. It's not attached. I just wanted to be sure that it was the right way around and that it was in the right place. So I've popped it on there. I'm going to add some glue on here. There's actually some adhesive on here which I could use too, but I kind of like to use the glue on it just to be extra sure, and I'll make sure those are well folded in as well at the side. Pop this up, fold that over, and then when that is all in place you can push that in there and just hold it for a moment or two and the glue will grab. I've cut 2 strips of card now, and it actually doesn't matter what size it is so long as it covers that, so slightly smaller than the width of the little box itself, and just whatever depth you feel like. That I just had a piece of card that I knew would do the job. You want to have enough to give it a little bit of grip depending on the size of magnet that you've used there as well. So I have that one on there, and then this little one will go up at the top, and I can cut off the little pieces that I don't need once I get it glued. I actually quite liked this going across the top as well, so you can have a closure either way with this coming across, because the magnet in there is going to hold that either way. So I actually just made a little piece of patterned paper and another little strip, and you can see there that it closes nicely that way as well. So either way suits and fits. Now I have taken the long bar die and I've cut that out in some white card, and this is the width that you'll want it finished at the top here. So I have measured that, and it's 8 centimetres, and I have just made a little score line right across there, and I'm going to cut that off. Now when I say 8 centimetres, I mean from this point inside these little tabs to here, so it's the centre part is 8 centimetres. So I have the tabs are extra on there, and I'm going to cut off just about there as well, and follow exactly what this is like in here. So I'm going to nick off here and then make little nicks in here and here. So now I can go ahead and glue the tab together to make the little bar. So I'm going to put glue along this edge first of all, just along there, fold this over, and then we've got the little bar, and I can just make sure that the glue is going to hold firmly by pushing that down with my little scoring tool. Now I've got all these little pieces here, and I'm going to thread this right through the top here. And see if the little join is there, you can just fold that over so that it's down in at the bottom there, and then you won't see it. It's actually glued so well I can hardly tell which end of it is anyhow. So, right, now we've got to here, and what we want to do then is put some glue on the outside of these tabs, here and here, and you can see here this is folded over just a little, but put glue on the outside of the tabs there, and bend them back and glue them to the top of that. So I can do one first, just fold it over like this, and put the glue on there. Fold that back. And then we can do the same on the other side. But if you push those little tabs through first of all before you put the glue on, then it means you won't get glue anywhere that you don't need it. I've just punched out a little circle, and it's 1.5 centimeters in diameter, and I'm going to glue that on the top there. It's just a little bit bigger than the one that you get in the die set, so unfortunately that one, the one that's in there, doesn't fit, but I'm sure you could get a little circle from one of your little layering die sets or a little punch or whatever. And there you are, you've got a lovely little box with a really, really different kind of little handle on it, and as I say, it can fold over and be attached on that side or fold onto the inside, and I think that's really, really lovely. And then you've got this little bar where you could hang a little tag or something from as well. Well, I did just go ahead and add a little tag on because I remembered I had this beautiful little tag from the split heart box, and I added one of the little hearts that came out of here onto that as well, and just put it onto the little bar that's across here. So I hope you've really, really enjoyed that. I imagine that most people who have come over to have a look at this video will already have seen the one where I made the full Ferris wheel with these dies. So this is just a little extra, it's just a little bonus video to show you another way of using those. But don't forget that these panels could also be made into a card or whatever. You could have a really beautiful triangular shaped card as well, using this panel as the front and then just another one as the back, and gluing them on together at the top and just creating a little fold so that the card stands up. And there's loads and loads of different ways that you could use those dies, and I like to show you how you can get good value for money, because you may not want to make a Ferris wheel every day of the week. You certainly will want to make it if you've bought the die set, but just to give you some other ideas of that as well. So I hope you've really, really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you have enjoyed it, to give the video a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below what you think. And if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to do that. Hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you again very soon. Don't forget as well that my affiliate links to all of the products that I've used will be down below in the description, and I really appreciate everybody who uses those as well. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye!